Next is question number 18. Which of the following signs does not warn against pollution? So here we can see that no cigarette is a warning for pollution. This is no honking. This is alarm for sound pollution. And the D1, littering, here and there, it is a warning of pollution. Okay, land pollution. So the only one that is not any warning for against pollution is the bumps, right? The bumpers. So this is option number C. Question number 19. Raman planted 4 plants P, Q, R, and S near the boundary of his garden. The diagram shows the distribution of these plants in the garden area after a certain time period. Which of the following plants is most likely to be dandelion? So here you can see the square is plant P, the triangle is plant Q, the oval is plant R, and the diamond shape is plant S, right? So we have to find out these are the parent plant and these are the garden. This is the garden and these are the parent plant, right? So here we can see that we have to find out which plant is most likely to be dandelion. So here you can see the farthest from the parent plant, the small plants, the farthest is the diamond shape plant is. Why? Because dandelions have wing-like structure, right? So they can be easily blown off by the wind. So it can go to far, the dispersal of these seeds can be far. So S, plant S can be probably dandelion in this case. So our answer is option number D. Question number 20. 4 beakers with copper sulfate at the bottom are shown below. Each beaker is left undisturbed for some time. In which beaker would the copper sulfate dissolve first? So here we can see this is 5 gram of copper sulfate crystal and this is P here, this is Q. Again 5 gram in each. This is R. This is 50 centimeter cube of water in R and S, and in P and Q there is 100 centimeter cube of water, right? This is powder form. In Q it is powder form, in S it is powder form, and in P it is crystal form, and in R it is crystal form. So here the question is, in which beaker would the copper sulfate dissolve first? So here the most probable reason for the easy dissolving of copper sulfate is the amount of water first, and second the condition of the copper sulfate. So we know that the powder form can easily dissolve early compared to the crystal form. So our answer should be option number B. Why? Because Q is the powder form of copper sulfate and the volume of water is also more, 100 centimeter cube of water. So Q is our correct answer. Question number 21. Select the correct statement. Jupiter is the largest planet which takes about 12 years to orbit once around the sun. This is correct. Neptune appears bluish in color due to the presence of helium gas. This is wrong. So this is our correct answer. Question number 22. Raj shone torchlight on 3 objects, P, Q and R, one at a time, and measured the amount of light that passed through each of them by using light sensors. The given graph shows the result of his experiment. Which of the following option correctly identifies P, Q and R? So here you can see that in material P, the amount of light passes 0. In Q, it is maximum and then it is R. First option is frosted glass. P is frosted glass. Not possible. Because here we can see that P has not allowed the light to pass. So that means it should be some opaque object. So P cannot be a frosted glass here. So option A is a wrong option. P is cardboard. Correct. Because it is an opaque object. Q is clear plastic sheet. Can be. Because it is giving the maximum passage of the light. So it can be clear plastic sheet, and R is tracing paper. Yes. So B is our correct answer. Right? Question number 23. Seema carried out an experiment to find out how fast water can pass through 4 different types of soil. She placed each type of soil into a pot and put a dish at the bottom of the pot to collect the water. She used a stopwatch to measure the time taken for water to reach the level she had marked in each dish. She tabulated the result as shown here. Which soil is more suited for rice cultivation? So we know for rice cultivation, loamy soil is the best soil, right? And loamy soil is the best. Okay. So here we can see stopwatch to measure the time taken for the water to reach the level. Means W is taking the shortest time to reach that level, then X, then Y, and then Z, right? So we know loamy soil is the mixture of all types of soil, right? In loamy soil, you can find sand, you can find clay, you can find silt, you can find the topsoil also. Everything is there, right? So our most probable uh, soil that is best suited for rice cultivation should be option is Z. Option number D. Why? Because it is a combination of of all type of soil and it should have a good amount of water holding capacity. So it is Z. Question number 24. The object X is made up of two material, 1 and 2. When the light is shown on it, it casts a shadow on the screen as shown in the picture. Identify material 1 and 2 of which object X is made. So here you can see that it is a round structure, right? So we can see there is two object, 1 and 2, and we can see only one shadow here, not the other one, right? Only one shadow is present here. So here one aluminum foil, thermocol. Okay. B is 1 is cardboard and 2 is clear plastic sheet. This can be option. 1 is cellophane paper, 2 is styrofoam, and D is 1 thermocol, 2 cardboard. So here you can see that when the light is being focused on this one, only one shadow is formed, right? So one should be cardboard that is opaque in nature, that is creating the shadow, and 2 is the clear plastic sheet that is allowing the light to pass, right? So here our answer should be option number B. Question number 25. Which of the given graph correctly shows the level of noise produced by three activities P, Q and R given in the box? So P is Pooja whispering into Dina's ears. Q is a group of children burning the crackers. R is a plane taking off, right? So here you can understand that Q should be the maximum one because when a plane is taking off, it creates a lot of sound. And then it should be Q because there is a group of children burning the crackers. So burning crackers creates a lot of sound. And the minimum should be Pooja whispering into Dina's ears, right? So R should be maximum, then Q, then R. So B option is showing the same thing that I have explained just now. So B can be our correct answer. Question number 26. Which of the following statement is or are correct? Milky Way is a spiral-shaped galaxy. Oh, it is asking for the incorrect. Okay. So first one is the correct because Milky Way is a spiral-shaped galaxy. Option 2 is telling planet Venus has 63 moons. This is wrong. Why? Because planet Venus has more than 68 moons. So this is a wrong statement. Satellite has small heavenly bodies that revolve around the sun. Satellites are not the heavenly bodies. Okay. So here it is not mentioned whether it is a natural satellite or it is an artificial satellite. So artificial satellites, they are not heavenly bodies. and they don't revolve around the sun. They revolve around the planet. Correct? So this is also a wrong statement. One revolution of the Earth is completed in about 361/4 days. The time period is called a solar year. This is a correct statement. So our incorrect statement is option number 2 and 3. So our correct answer is option number B. Question number 27. Rohan categorized simple machines used at his home into two groups as shown here. Which of the following can be categorized in group 1 and group 2 respectively? In group 1, he has scissors, seesaw and filers, and in group 2, he has tweezers, fishing rod, ice tong. So from here, you can understand that scissor, seesaw and filers, these are class 1 lever. And in group 2, the tweezer, fishing rod, these are the other class of lever, right? So here our answer should be option number B, that in group 1 it should be crowbar and in group 2 should be the broom, right? So B is our correct answer. Question number 28. Refer to the given classification chart and select the correct option. Minerals, metallic, non-metallic, and in metallic we have bauxite, hematite and Q is copper. Okay, and in non-metallic we have P and petroleum. So we have to find out the correct option. So let's see. P is a non-renewable fuel source which is also responsible for environmental pollution and global warming. P. Yes, it can be, because non-metallic minerals, petroleum and other non-metallic minerals, it is petroleum and like other non-metallic minerals like diesels and other things. Okay, these are non-renewable fuel sources and they are responsible for the environmental pollution. So this is the correct statement. Q says Q could be pyrite or calamine. No, pyrite or calamine, these are not metallic minerals. So this is wrong. Option C says R and S, bauxite and hematite. Okay. These are good conductors of heat and electricity, hence is used for making utensils, spice, etc. Correct? So C is also correct. So our correct answer should be option number D. Both A and C are the correct answers. Question number 29. Which of the things listed below are biodegradable? So you can understand log is biodegradable. Next we have plastic toy. This is not. Gold necklace. No. Roasted chicken. Yes. Credit card. No. Apple is yes. So 1, 4 and 6 are the correct options. So D is our correct answer. Question number 30. Raju, a farmer, got his field checked by soil for soil toxicity. Toxic things are the things that spoils your soil. Okay. The report shows high level of toxic chemicals in his field. How can these toxic chemicals in the soil be harmful? Let's see. They may enter any nearby water bodies due to runoff and cause algal bloom. Yes, because these are the toxic materials and these can go to any water bodies and can create the algal bloom. This is correct. They are absorbed by food plants growing in the soil, making them unfit for consumption. Toxicity is possible for absorption of the plants and it thus makes the food unhealthy. Okay, so this is also correct. They can be evaporated in air causing air pollution. No, this is wrong. So our correct answer should be option number D. Next is question number 31. Question number 31 says figure P and Q represents the movement of two types of joint in our body. Select the correct statement regarding them. So here you can see P is the picture where the thing is rotating 360 degrees. So this is a ball and socket joint. And in Q, we can see there is a to and fro movement. So this can be our hinge joint. Okay. So let's see the statements. Movement of bones having joint P can be compared to the movement of joystick on computers. No, not possible because joystick moves in a particular direction only, not 360-degree. B says bones having Q joint can show movement in only one plane. Yes, this is correct because hinge joint, it shows movement in only one joint, the joint that is present in our elbow and in our knees. Question number 32. Kriti looked at the night sky on 13th August and observed a full moon. What shape of moon will she most probably observe on the 26th August? So from here you can understand from 13 to 26, that is around 13 or 14 days, right? So if she is observing full moon on the 13th August, then on 26th August, she should observe the new moon. So our correct answer is option number D. Question number 33. The celestial bodies which revolve around the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter are called. We know it is the asteroids, right? We have an asteroid belt. So it is the asteroid. Question number 34. The given graph shows the changes in level of pollution in an area over a time period. Which of the following can be inferred from the given graph? So here you can see that the level of pollution starting from P level, it is gradually increasing, but in the point S, we can see a slight decline and then a sudden increase and then U in the declining phase. So let's see what are the statements saying. First statement says at point P, a lot of forest land was cleared for human consumption, whereas at point Q, large scale of afforestation was done. No. How come at Q, afforestation? If the afforestation is done, that means there will be no increase in pollution. But here from Q level, we can see there is an exponential increase of pollution. So A is the incorrect one. B says at point R, a new factory was set up in the area. At R, no, not possible because if a new factory is set up at position R, that means there should be an increase in pollution, not a decline in pollution, right? But here we can see a decline. So this also is a wrong statement. Option C says people cut down the use of fossil fuel in the interval S to T. S to T, we can see in this time interval there is an increase, sharp increase in the level of pollution, right? So if the people have cut down to the use of fossil fuel, this would happen, right? So this is also wrong. Option D says interval R to S and T to U indicate activities like use of insecticides and biopesticides instead of chemicals in farming, use of public transport instead of private transport. Let's see. R to S, yes, there is a decline, and T to U, yes, there is a decline again. So, yes, this statement is the correct answer. Question number 35. The strong storms in the Atlantic and the Northeastern Pacific Oceans are called P, whereas in Northwestern Pacific Ocean, they are called Q. In the Indian Ocean and South Pacific Ocean, they are called R. Identify P, Q, and R in the given paragraph. So here, the strong storms in the Atlantic and the Northeastern Pacific Ocean, it is called as the hurricanes. In the Q is in the Northwestern Pacific Ocean, it is called as the typhoons, and on the Indian Ocean and the South Pacific Ocean, it is called as the cyclone. So our correct answer is option number A.